Good evening, Raider baseball fans. And here we are in Liberty Hill to face the Liberty Hill Panthers in Game 3 of district contests. Last week, the Raiders sweeping the Leander Lions. But tonight, we have a different challenge in a state-ranked Liberty Hill Panther baseball team, Jonathan.
Yes, sir, we do. And, obviously we had a good chance to visit with coaches beforehand, and it's always a big game, regardless of where anybody's at in the standings. I mean, you'll hear us say that quite often, but none more true than this matchup here.
Liberty Hill comes in tonight 11-4-2, 1-1 in district play on the season so far. They're coached by Brandon Creek. He's in his 7th season as head coach, and they just announced that he has 100 career wins. He's assisted by Stephen Johnson, Jordan Johns, and Matthew Bridges. Their 2023 record was 25-8, 10-4. They were the 2nd seed out of District 25-5A and a bi-district finalist, losing to Bernie Champion 7-3 and 9-3 in 2 games. They have 5 returning starters. Blaze Milam, a senior, the pitcher who he will be going for the Panthers tonight. Gavin Voth, the first baseman, he's a senior also. Carson Sharp, a sophomore behind the plate. Colby DeMars, a senior in outfield, and Cole Tanksley, a senior, a pitcher as well. The Rouse Raiders come into tonight 14-3-1. They're 2-0 in district play. They're coached by Chad Krimpine in his 23rd year with 495 career wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. Their 2023 record was 30-12-1, 9-5 in district play. They were the 4th seed out of District 25-5A and a regional finalist, losing to the same Bernie Champion in 3 games, winning Game 1 9-3 and dropping the next 2 6-5 and 10-4. They have 7 returning starters: Oscar Salazar, Landon Miller, Nathan Miller, Tyler Espinosa, Rainer Heinrich, Trey Schluter, Xander Forcell. And the lineups are now being introduced, and we'll go over the Raider lineup tonight. Leading off for the Raiders will be number 9, the second baseman, Rainer Heinrich. He will be followed by number 10, the center fielder, Landon Miller. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting sixth will be number 27, Connor Thompson in right field. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for number 6, Gavin Silva, who will be the starting pitcher for the Raiders tonight. Number 7, Jacob Solis will be at short, and number 31, Adrian Graves, will be in left field. For the Liberty Hill Panthers, leading off will be number 23, Carson Sharp, behind the plate. Batting second will be the starting pitcher tonight for the Panthers, number 27, Blaze Milam. Batting third will be number 10, Jordan Andrews, in left field. Batting fourth will be number 3, Gavin Voth, at first base. Batting fifth will be number 7, Andrew Basie, at second base. Batting sixth is number 8, John Carlo Giletti, the designated hitter. He will be hitting for number 5, Cole Tanksley, at third base. Number 9, Colby DeMars, will be batting seventh and in right field. Batting eighth will be number 2, Caleb Calvert, at short. And rounding out the order will be number 22, Toby Ramon in center field. Toby Ryman, my apologies, in center field. So we're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. It's baseball time in Texas as we're just about ready to get underway here at Liberty Hill High School here in Liberty Hill, Texas. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Jonathan Kaspar. And what a day for baseball, Jonathan.
Another gorgeous Texas brisk evening as we're winners trying to hang on for one last ride here as we're going to be probably in the 50s with a decent wind blowing, looks like south to north, honestly.
So we do have the chat open, so be sure and chime in and let us know where you're listening from and cheer on your favorite player tonight, and we'll get you on the air. Defensively for the Panthers tonight on the mound, number 27, Blaze Milam behind the plate. Number 23, Carson Sharp. At first base, number 3, Gavin Voth. At second base, number 7, Andrew Basie. At third base, number 5, Cole Tanksley. At short, number 2, Caleb Calvert. In left field, number 10, Jordan Andrews. In center field, number 22, Toby Ryman. And in right field, number 9, Colby DeMars.
So we'll definitely get to see, obviously Liberty Hill is wasting no time at throwing their ace on the mound against Rouse to start off their home game in Blaze Milam. And, got a chance to talk to Coach Creek before, and congratulations to him on getting to that beautiful century mark of 100 wins, on his early, career, really. Obviously Stony Point before coming here to Liberty Hill, so.
Due up for the Raiders, leading off will be number 9, Rainer Heinrich.
Oh, Nerner
Heinrich has C5, so eloquently pointed out to us last year.
Yep, that was awesome.
Milam toes in. He will wind and deliver that first pitch in for a called strike.
We got Kevin behind the plate here calling the game.
He's been doing this for many years.
Many, many years.
One old pitch, that's high and gets him on the elbow.
The shoulder, just a glancing blow. Not a hard impact there, but he obviously ducked and tried to get out of the way, but that inside fastball got away from Blaze.
That will bring up Landon Miller. Landon Miller, hard-hitting senior. Man, this kid can crush the ball if he gets a hold of it.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And he's going to want to really set the tone early here in the top of the first and on a short porch. That's one thing about this field. Beautiful, beautiful field here, all turf, but it is a shallow to the corners.
That first pitch is cut on and fouled off for strike one.
And again, as I mentioned, we do have about an 8 to 10 mile an hour wind gust out of the south, which is going directly to left field. As you see the flag possibly in the right center part of your screen.
We do have scores from last week's action. Jonathan will bring those up in the middle of the inning. The throw over to first, not in time, as Heinrich dives back safely. Oscar Salazar on deck. 0-1 count to Landon Miller. Milam from the stretch. Heinrich extends his lead at first, and this one will be fouled off for strike 2.
Almost an exact replica of that first pitch and swing there that fouled off for Landon Miller, and just a hair above the ball, just missing a little bit. Everybody really familiar with each other here. Blaze has been a part of this Liberty Hill squad for many years now. I think he even was
Throw over to first will not be in time.
starting as a freshman.
I've seen all 4 years, and I remember when he came up as a freshman, and the first game that we played here, he just shut Rouse down. We had no answer for him.
And they got on with one bloop in that game. If I'm not mistaken, it wasn't
Milam
much.
comes set. The 0-2 pitch misses inside for ball 1, and that was really close. I'm surprised Kevin didn't ring him up.
Yes, sir. I would say not only just a little inside, but even high as well. So
interesting, their batters boxes have like football turf in it.
Purple.
Yeah, purple football turf. It looks like maybe it come off the football field. Cool. That one just a bit high on the outside corner for ball 2, and that'll even things up at 2.
That was closer than the last pitch. That was the first ball called. So getting tight here, you definitely do not want to put it in the hands of the ump.
The pitch that misses low for ball 3, and Miller works it into a full count from being down 0-2. Now it comes set. Brainerd dances around at first. And Miller will call time as Milam took a little long.
Great job
in
there.
between his pitches.
Yeah, great job for Landon. Control the box. Don't let the pitcher get you restless. He's in a low squat as Landon Miller as his approach, and wear him.
The payoff pitch. This is cut on and hit out to right center. This is going to fall in for a hit, and it will be played by Ryman, and Ryman will get it in, and Miller with a stand-up double.
Yeah, great shot there. Really great piece of hitting. Ball was on the outer half of the plate. He definitely went with it, drove it to the opposite field, and I know Coach absolutely loves watching that from his batters.
Ryman doing a good job to cut that off, because if it hopped to the fence, Heinrich would have scored
easily. He had made a big round of third, and definitely looked like he wanted to run home, but Coach held him up. No reason to push it this early with no outs.
That'll bring up Oscar Salazar batting third in the order, with Nathan Miller batting cleanup on deck. 2 on with no outs here in the top of the first. This will be cut off by the third baseman, Tanksley, but it will score a run, and that is good as a sac bunt. Yeah. That'll be an RBI fielder's choice for Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, very effective there. Going to the third base line, the third baseman plays that. He's going across his body. There's no way he's going to be able to stop and get the speedy Rainer Heinrich coming home. So he definitely made the great play there and getting that first out.
Landon Miller at third for Nathan Miller. It's the Miller and Miller show right now. And changeup gets the left corner.
Yep.
For strike 1.
Very nice pitch there.
And you see the spin on that as it came in at off speed. 0-1 the count to Miller. Xander Forcell on deck. The next pitch down and away, and is cut off by Sharp.
Yeah, a lot of new names even for us, that we, not only for our team, but also for Liberty Hill. They have 3 staples that are here and a couple, only 5 starters.
The 1-1 pitch, this is chopped and played by Milam, and he'll look Miller back to third and throw down to first to get the out, as Nathan hit that thing so hard and it hit out of the turf and took the spin off of it.
It actually spun like a knuckleball after the first bounce.
That'll go 1-3 on the put out of Miller, and that will bring up Xander Forcell. Milam comes set. He'll deal the first pitch to Forcell, and Forcell will lift that one out into right field. DeMars will camp underneath it, make the catch, and that will end the Raider first. But they get one run on one hit. They leave one, and on to the bottom we go. That will go F8 or F9 on the fly out.
Yeah, Coach.
Right.
Coach definitely wanting more out of that inning than just one run. Obviously, you get your first two guys on. They're at second and third with no outs, and unfortunately, only able to amass one run out of this first inning. So
due up for Liberty Hill, Carson Sharp, Blaze Milam, and Jordan Andrew. Defensively for the Raiders on the bump will be Gavin Silva. Behind the plate, Xander Forcell. At first base, Oscar Salazar. At second base, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, Nathan Miller. At short, Jacob Solis. In left, Adrian Graves. In center, Landon Miller. And in right, Connor Thompson. So, as I mentioned, we do have some scores from last week's action that Jonathan will cover for us right quick before we get started.
Unfortunately, and we do apologize, folks, just with it being a spring break week, we just did not have an opportunity to get out to the fields to broadcast those games.
Couldn't get my schedule rearranged and get the time off to be able to do it.
And I was in that same boat. So, best we can do here is give you an update. Obviously, as Mr. Francis did mention earlier, Rouse taking that series 2-0 against Leander Lions, as they start out every year, and they did win the there you go. Scores. Beautiful. Michael taking care of me over here. Sorry, folks, get the scores up there for you. They did take those two games, winning 6-1 and 14-0. Rouse amassing 21 hits in that game and only giving up 3 in the 2 games since.
Wow, that's impressive.
So unbelievable. And Gavin Silva being a big part of that, he's got a 1 hit through his last 3 starts coming into this game. So he's riding a high as it is right now. Game 1 for Glenn versus Lehman. Lehman does take down Glenn 9-1, and then again 9-1 in game 2. Liberty Hill splitting against Cedar Park, and Lockhart falling to Hayes in both of those games.
And we'll get the rest of that. Well, you saw the rest of all those scores. So due up is Carson Sharp, and he will stand in. Gavin Silva from the windup. He will wind and deal. First pitch, breaking ball in for strike 1. L1 delivery, that's high and inside for ball 1. That'll even things up at 1.
That's a great thing that Gavin does, is get ahead of that batter as quickly
he
as
comes
he
in
can.
with that high heat, right? And another breaking ball, just a little bit high. Of course, he did the same thing. That's right when, they didn't call it for Milam a while ago either. So
correct. And, again, all we hope for is consistency.
The 2-1, that breaking ball is in there for strike 2, and that will even the count back up 2-2. Silva winds and delivers. This is fouled off.
Right off the shin, but
Sharp will get another swing. Milam helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. He's holding it at 1,000 in this game so far.
And I remember Blaze and Colby from almost T-ball years.
That pitch down and away for ball 3, and the count goes full. Payoff pitch coming up. A breaking ball. This is cut on and hit over towards short. Solis has it to throw to first in time, and that will do it for Sharp. 6-3 on the put out of Sharp.
Yeah, very well played there from Solis, knowing he had plenty of time. No need to completely rush that, although with a speedier runner, you want to see him maybe more rush that and not let the hop play him. But did really good there, getting the ball down to first.
Jordan Andrews will stand in. He'll take for ball 1. Or sorry, Blaze Milam. Jordan Andrews on deck. He'll take for ball 1. Breaking ball cut on and missed, and that the bottom dropped clean out of that one.
And plays with a little respect there, had a good nod, and going, oh yeah, that was a good pitch.
1-1 to count to Milam. The pitch, this is high and lifted up, and it will go foul and back out of play. 1-2 the count to Milam.
once again, getting ahead of that batter.
1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in. Caught looking for strike 3, and Milam can't do nothing but just shake his head and move on.
Again, feeling that, Blaze sort of wanting to know, man, was that a little outside or did they get enough of the plate?
Yeah, they painted that corner really
Definitely
well.
I think it was on the corner for sure.
Now Jordan Andrews will stand in. He digs in from the left side. He will take for ball 1, high and outside. Wind actually blowing out of the south. This is hit out to right. This will be a base hit. He will round first and hold up as Thompson gets the ball into Heinrich quickly.
Now batting the first baseman, number 3, Gavin Vogt.
We'll bring up Gavin Voth.
Gavin versus Gavin. All right.
Voth, the first baseman for the Panthers. That breaking ball. Whoo, man. Did you see Silva grin? He loved that one. And he painted that one so well inside. Belt high breaking ball. Another cutter. In for strike 2. Swung on and missed. Nothing in 2. The count to Voth. This one is fouled back out of play. And the count will remain 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, that's high and inside. A little chin music for ball 1. And you're going to get that from time to time, Jonathan, with a big curveball pitcher. He's going to.
Well, it's a matter of trying to get him to chase. You go up on him 0-2 right off the bat. Yeah, it gives him freedom to really stretch the corners and see how much he can work it to the outside to get either the batter to chase or sneak in a strike.
This is fouled off. He spoiled a great pitch right there. Ooh, Oscar Salazar. Basie is going to take a ding on his on deck fielding percentage. The first baseman covering that one. That pitch misses way outside for ball 2. That'll even things up at 2. Andrews extends his lead at first. Silva from the stretch and the pitch. This is hits the glove of Silva, and he is able to control it and plays it to get the out at first.
Almost able.
Great concentration. He almost made the rope of a catch, right?
Yeah,
the frozen rope headed back to him.
And had he not, I don't know that anybody, even Rayner, would have had an opportunity at that, as it was right up the middle and he hit with some authority.
Smoked it. The Panthers get no runs on one hit. They leave one. And after one complete, it's 1-0 Rouse. Due up for the Raiders in the second, Connor Thompson, Andrew Sanchez, and Jacob Solis. Mike Alepa, my friend, good to see you. Of course, he was my neighbor until he moved to Liberty Hill.
Yeah.
And now
he's slacker.
Well, I know he's moved to God's country now. So he told me.
Okay,
right?
He's still wearing his Rouse jersey. Okay.
Still got that Rouse jersey on.
He's still covering it up with this ugly burnt orange stuff. I don't know about that.
Hey. Hook 'em.
Great. I'm still,
all day long.
Mike, I went and put on my hoodie today, my Rouse hoodie that I've got, and I still looked around in that closet, and I could not find my red and white, crimson, red, and white with the Raider on the back. I still can't find that hoodie.
Oh, what happened to that?
Hoodie
Did Mike borrow that?
He's still in his truck, and he said I'm going to bring it. I'm going to bring it. Hey, I got it. You're not here. We keep missing each other.
Blaze Milam back out to pitch the second as Connor Thompson will stand in for his first at bat. Pitch right down the middle for strike 1.
You know where to find me.
You'll find me at the ball field. Andrew Sanchez on deck. That pitch right down the pipe for strike two. Back-to-back fastballs from Milam. The 0-2 pitch. This is hit over towards short. It is played by Calvert. The throw not in time as
Great hustle.
Thompson legs it out and dives for the bag, which is reminiscent from that Palmview game.
Yeah.
With Rainer Heinrich making the dive at first base.
And I'll tell you what, it's not something you normally want to see, but a good runner knows how close it's going to be a bang-bang, and that dive gives him that extra, basically half step that he needs to beat the ball. Great job, great recognition by Thompson.
The throw over to first will not be in time. Andrew Sanchez stands in. This is one tall young man.
He is a big kid.
He is a designated hitter. He's hitting for Gavin Silva, and this is line down the middle, played by Milam, and it's not enough speed. He hits into a double play.
Patented double play there. Real easy to execute on that one, and they did a good job at Liberty Hill, so darn it.
That'll go 1-6. 6-3 on the double play. Jacob Solis will take for ball one.
Wearing that beautiful number 7, Jacob Solis.
And this is a little twister back to Milam, and it was the Blaze Milam show as the Raiders inadvertently go in order in the second.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and two very well struck balls. Unfortunately, that last one being the right at him. Two of them being right at him and getting the double play. So, and just to recap here, I'll throw it up there. I know we did sort of quick to it. Back to Liberty Hill again, splitting the series against Cedar Park. Both games, Liberty Hill taking game 1 3-0, pretty decisive. I got a chance to talk to DeMar's dad before game, and he said that second game here at Liberty Hill against Cedar Park went to extra innings.
Wow.
They had every opportunity to capitalize. They had bases loaded, 2 outs, and unfortunately just couldn't get that last hit to fall to win the game, and then fell, to Cedar Park 2-1. So that was a split, and Lehman, again, taking down Glenn 9-1 in both of their games. And then, again, Hayes also taking care of Lockhart. So, interesting to see how this is going to play out, this district.
Silva back out on the mound to pitch the second. Due up Basie, Galletti, and DeMars.
Lead off the bottom of the second for the Panthers.
Basie took a pretty good ding on his on-deck fielding percentage in that last inning, and that error made on his on-deck. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike one.
Great thing I see from Gavin is one thing that
check swing, he lays off for ball one.
Worked really well for Colin Correjo all those years was just being really quick.
There's a cutter in for strike two.
He's very quick. He's very deliberate, on his approach. He doesn't waste much time.
That one's fouled off, and the count will remain 1-2. Very reminiscent. He's working quickly, and it reminds me of Trey Schluter. Yes. Trey Schluter works very fast when he's on the mound.
And I think maybe some of that does stem from being able to see how effective Colin Correa was.
The breaking ball misses low. That was a good pitch right there, hoping that he'd chase after it.
Yeah. And Colin, like I said, I loved it. It was refreshing not to see so much time being taken between pitches.
That ball misses high and outside, and that'll take the count full. He's get caught looking with some off-speed breaking ball.
It's almost as if he was looking for fastball and saw that break and just buckled him.
It's like, oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Dang it.
That will bring up Giancarlo Galletti. He will take for ball one. Galletti, the designated hitter for the Panthers, and this one is lifted high and in towards center field. Landon Miller will get there and he'll make a catch, and that will retire Galletti.
And that is definitely Landon Miller's domain out there. Anything foul pole or pole to pole, left center to right center is basically his area, as much ground as he can cover.
That will bring up the right fielder, Colby DeMars. Silva with another curveball. It goes low and away for ball one. Breaking ball sails high for ball two.
Try to get that one to drop in. It had some really great late movement, but unfortunately was a bit high.
Silva delivers. That one just misses outside. 3-0 the count to DeMars. That one down and away for ball four, and Silva gives up his first four-pitch walk of the night.
Caleb Calvert.
That will bring up Caleb Calvert, the shortstop, for his first opportunity to get a few cuts in if he can.
Little bitty guy. They're having to grab some sophomores and juniors. I don't know how. I was looking for Neuenschwander, Cade's younger brother, Kobe, but unfortunately I don't think he's made it to varsity yet.
Oh, that throw over to first was in the dirt. Salazar does a good job of blocking it and keeping it from going to the fence. That could have been some extra bases right there.
Can we really call it dirt if it's turf? I mean,
it's a technicality.
It was in the rubber BBs.
Swing and a miss for a strike.
The dirt-colored turf. There we go. How about that?
One on with one out, or actually two outs here in the bottom of the second. Raiders leading this one 1-0. Colby DeMars at first. That pitch in for a strike. And Calvert in another quick 0-2 count. And Silva's had several batters in an 0-2. That's hit over to third. The throw to first will be in time as Nathan Miller delivers the mail. That'll go 5-3 on the putout of Calvert.
Yeah, really good job of Nathan Miller setting his feet there and getting a good base and just unloading on that throw as it got there with plenty enough time. And tell you what, these Liberty Hill hitters are having one heck of a time trying to pick up on that breaking pitch of Gavin. He is really being effective with that and really sprinkling in the fastballs here and there. And again, it's more of a sight level eye change where he's actually throwing those fastballs a little higher in the zone and seeing if he can get these guys to chase, which they've been pretty disciplined, so far, at least through 2 innings.
No runs, no hits, one left on via the free pass that was issued by Silva. Blaze Milam back out to pitch the third. Both pitchers working effectively. Not very deep into pitch counts.
Not at all. Not at all.
If they continue on this pace, they'll both go the distance.
Coach rocking the Vegas gold pullover there for those that are watching the video feed on YouTube. If you do find that, let everybody else know about that, and love to see us break a record that we had last year with the views.
Oh, with Palmview, yeah, it was over 3,000, right?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
It was huge. Adrian Graves will take for strike one.
Yeah, we do have
Graves, the left fielder for the Raiders.
Sorry, Michael. We do have the chat up as well, so anybody that wants to throw a shout out.
Check swing and a foul for strike two. That was in on the hands. The 0-2 delivery. This is hit out towards right, and that will be playable. And the catch is made by DeMars to retire Graves for out number 1.
Now batting number 9, Raider Hunter.
Back to the top of the lineup for your Rouse Raiders. Rayner hit by pitch earlier in the first inning. See if he can get the bat rolling here.
Heinrich, the lone Raider run right now. Landon Miller on deck. Milam winds and delivers. That one right at the top of the zone on the outside corner for strike 1.
And Blaze doing a really good job again of getting ahead of these hitters.
That pitch in for strike 2.
Almost lost my battery there. It wasn't plugged in the back.
Yeah. 0-2, the count to Heinrich. Milam will wind and deliver. This is inside, and Heinrich scooches out of the way, or he might have been hit again.
Hit again. Glancing off the shirt there.
1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt, in the turf. I'm not going to let you get me that time. We're ball 2, and that'll leave things up.
Dirt.
In the purple dirt. The purple turf.
In the fuzzy batter's box.
This one is lifted high into shallow center field, and that'll be played by Basie.
Yeah, and interesting enough, Ryman was charging in and really had a great eye on that, but did not call Basie off, as Basie, again, made a great play there. No harm, no foul. Just avoiding the collision, though, was Ryman.
Landon Miller digs in. Oscar Salazar on deck. First pitch, this is hit up the middle. That'll be played by Calvert. Calvert will throw to first in time. And that will do it for the Raiders. They go in order in the third. 6-3 on the putout of Miller to end the inning.
Do a little quick look in here. Early season look at the 5A top 25, which again, Michael did mention to it. Liberty Hill is in that listing at 11-4-2 record at 13th. Cedar Park as well at number 16 at 11-4-2 as well as Liberty Hill, the same record, and some other names that we have seen pretty much are always there. La Jolla, Palmview, or La Joy, excuse me.
No, it's La Jolla. It's La Jolla.
Okay, I had that right. A&M Consolidated, Lake Belton, Aledo, Forney, Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial. Obviously, all these guys are there, staples within that top 25. Smithson Valley in the opposite side, just like Bernie Champion. Smithson Valley, obviously, at 7. Bernie Champion at 3, having made the state championship games last year. Argyle at 1, Friendswood, and then Leander Rouse. There we are at number 4.
Due up for the Panthers in the third. Ryman, Sharp, and Milam. That'll be your 9, 1 and 2 hitters.
But it's not where you start, right, Michael?
That's where you finish.
Where you finish. And that's one thing that's going to be on the mind of all these players that were there last year, and that'd be pretty much everybody that's over in that dugout.
Ryman batting from the left side. He'll show bunt. He'll foul it away for strike 1. It's Silva with a big old grin.
And Nathan crashing, Miller crashing on that quick from third base.
The 0-1 just misses a little high. Down the middle high.
Yeah, a little bit, little high in the zone. Above the zone, just as that one was. Again, that late break just starting a little too late.
2-1 the count. The pitch. That's letter high for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. And Ryman taking all the way. The payoff pitch. That is hit back up the middle. That's played by Solis. The throw to first.
Oh,
Not in time.
foot was on the bag, ball in the glove.
I think it was the right call. It was just a little bit late.
Number 23.
Had that been if Solis would have had time to plant his foot and throw, he might have had more zip on it. But great play both ways, as Ryman will leg out for an infield hit. That will bring up.
Bang, bang play. I watched it on the
Yeah.
replay there. And
That'll bring up Carson Sharp. He's 0 for 1. The throw over to first, not in time.
yeah, Jacob Solis doing a great job of getting to that ball again. Another dribbler up the middle.
This one is hit foul down the third baseline and out of play for strike one. And he swung that bat hard, and that was a hard hit.
Loud. Loud echoing off the Cat 10, I guess. Are they up to a Cat 11 yet? The Marucci.
And Ryman getting him a big lead at first. That pitch down and away for ball one, and that will leave it up.
Xander doing everything he could to frame that and bring it back into play. But Kevin's like, yeah, nice try, buddy.
Some new uniforms for Rouse this year.
Yeah.
These maroon tops. Or should we say Cardinal is the official
red,
color. And Cardinal.
Cardinal red and Vegas gold. Reminiscent of the Florida State.
Seminoles. That one's fouled away. And
Say, are they still the Seminoles? Is that still?
Yeah, I haven't heard any change. Well, I mean, there is a faction that is fighting, a Native American faction that is fighting to get the Redskin or the Commanders changed back to the Redskins. This one's fouled back out of play. I don't know if they've had any success with that as of yet.
I mean, Cleveland's chained to the Guardians. Washington is the Commanders.
The Atlanta's are still the Braves.
Atlanta is the Braves with the.
This is lifted into center field, and Rainer Heinrich makes the catch, but the throw is high to Salazar, so Ryman able to get back to the bag. He was kind of caught in no man's land, and had Rainer made a better throw, that would have been a double play.
Well, Rainer did everything he could to make that catch, and knowing he tried to make the throw, he spun around and just got caught on that back foot badly, and unfortunately just soared it straight into the netting.
Jonathan Wilson taking video and pictures.
Waiting to see the
of tonight's action. He posted
radar gun
on. He posts them on social media.
That
throw over not quite in time, as the tag was in the middle of the body and the hands were on the bag.
Definitely drew the crowd oohs and ahs on that throw.
Blaze Milam at the plate, and he'll line this one into right field. That'll be a base hit, and Ryman will round to third, and that'll put runners on the corners on a sharply hit ball by Blaze Milam.
Yeah, and a great job there on Blaze's part. It's just a late poke at that ball. He really let it travel deep into the
There's a
batter's box.
courtesy runner coming on, number 4.
Number 4.
Again, the chat lines are open. Let us know where you're listening in from and give a shout out to your favorite player.
Number 4 is B. Gage. I don't have, unfortunately, it's the only one that he didn't give a first name for. And it's written in.
That will hit Andrews to load the bases.
Now, the first shot from number 3, Gavin Vogt.
Gavin Vogt will come to the plate. Andrews was 1 for 1, and Vogt is 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher the first time up. The Raiders with a force at any base.
Corner's in.
Silva toes in. And the first pitch, that's outside for ball one to both. The breaking ball down and away for ball two.
Gavin trying to rely a lot on that breaking pitch right now, and unfortunately just getting away from him. Xander will settle him down nicely and redirect him.
And the fastball in for a strike. Raiders hoping that both will hit into an inning double play. Breaking ball inside.
Yeah, not happy with that one, but definitely looked like it was probably on the.
None of the fans weren't happy.
Right.
There's Jake Alepa in the stands. Breaking ball up high, and they walk in the tying run. As
nobody's watching.
Back-to-back.
Oh, they had time.
3 passes.
Oh, well, breaking for home was Andrew Basie. I apologize, not Andrew Basie. Number 4, the designated runner.
Yeah.
Pinch runner. He was breaking for home because Xander was making his way to the mound, but Coach Umps had already had hands up for timeout call. So they quickly said, oh, no, sorry, buddy. Head back. But, I mean, good heads up. I mean, try it, and maybe get away with one there if the umps did not, in fact, call timeout or at least make it clear enough that they had called timeout.
Bases loaded with 1 out for Basie. Basie caught looking his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Silva from the stretch. Forsell gives a sign in the pitch. Fastball in for a strike. That is hit and played off of Rainer Heinrich. It'll bounce off his head, and that is going to score at least 2. And that'll be a base hit for Basie and a 2 RBI single. And he'll advance to second on the hit off of Heinrich's head.
Yeah, Heinrich just diving, trying to knock that ball down. Unfortunately, did bounce off and got away from him. Had he been able to corral that, it still would have been a bang-bang play, and at least one would have scored.
Giancarlo Galletti will stand in. He's flown out to center. That pitch
high. That is a 1-1 count now. First pitch was low in the zone, not offered at by Galletti, but a strike.
The 1-1 delivery. This is lifted high into center field.
Here comes the arm of
Landon Miller. That'll be cut off by Salazar, and there'll be no throw of the plate. So that'll be a sac fly for Galletti. And the Panthers have taken a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. Colby DeMars will stand in. He walked his last time up. Throw down to third. Smartly cut off by Nathan Miller. But that will be a stolen base.
Nathan just diving to make the play on that ball to get to it. Unfortunately, getting a little bit away from Xander as he was well off the line on that throw. I believe that was a ball on the
1-0 the count.
Pitch.
to DeMars. That pitch outside for ball 2. Silva comes set. He'll deal. This is hit out into left. This will score Basie. And the Panthers extend their lead 5-1 on the base hit by DeMars.
You know, and it looks like there is some activity. Unfortunately, not able to see that from our angle here in the bullpen for the Rouse sideline. And I think Coach did have one of the players go over and let the guys know to be ready, possibly.
Caleb Calvert will dig in. He's 0 for 1. That is fouled away, and DeMars will have to head back to first.
Yeah, it broke quick and actually had a great jump. Didn't really need to be a swing there, as he was going to get to second more than likely without even a throw.
The 0-1, that'll go to the backstop, and DeMars will head on down to second base on the wild pitch.
And again, some early.
This has been an ugly inning for the Raiders.
Test the metal quick here for Gavin Silva. Now we got a ball on the field. I don't know where that would have come from.
Must have came from the bullpen.
Oh, yeah, as another ball gets thrown in. Interesting enough how that crazy warm-up pitch there.
1-1 the count on the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was way outside.
Started low, started barely on the outer half of the plate, and just again with a good 2 feet of break, ended up in the middle of the batter's box.
The 1-2 pitch, this is fouled back. Liberty Hill has batted. Calvert is the 9th batter of the inning for the Panthers. Silva takes a look back at DeMars, not really rattled by him, but then he'll spin off in looking back. Nobody holding him on. Heinrich plays up, but no throw.
Yeah, just keep him honest. I don't think there was going to definitely not be a throw there. So
breaking ball. This is cut on and hit over to Solis at short. He will not be able to make a play, and a routine play turns into an error, and that will be an E6. That will not be a base hit.
And here comes the visit.
Calvert reaches on an error, but it's the only error the Raiders have made in this inning.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, obviously the ball that got away from Rayner is not an error because he was diving just to make an attempt at that. So definitely will not go down. And unfortunately, Gavin Silva's night is over way earlier than he would have anticipated, but that allows us to go into the box, into the tool shed for Coach Crimpine, and number 3 is coming in, which would be Dalton Holbrook. Dalton Holbrook, pitching from the left side. Got to see some late work from him at the end of last year. Very effective from that left side, and I believe he's already bringing it in the mid-80s now. And I mean, that mid-80s from a lefty, when they can hide the ball like he does, I mean, that gets on you quick and looks closer to low 90s. And unfortunately, the night is already over for Gavin Silva. As effective as he has been over his last 3 starts, as I had mentioned earlier, he is ending the night with a total pitch count of 68 pitches, 39 for strikes. So definitely well off of his norm, as he only goes 2 2/3 of an inning, allowing 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks.
So Dalton Holbrook comes on in relief of Gavin Silva as Silva goes 2 2/3. And Jonathan will have those numbers for you here shortly.
I did. Yeah,
Oh,
I went through those. Yes,
okay.
sir.
All
Yeah.
right.
So unfortunately, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. So the 5 seems to be the number for him this evening. And you know, again, we will have runners at first and second as Dalton Holbrook comes in.
Well, Toby Ryman
Dalton Holbrook. Holbrook. Now, which
will come in for his second at bat of the inning. He was able to leg out a single to get things started for the Panthers.
And
2 on with 2 outs, runners at first and second.
quick little powwow with Xander and Dalton. You got a runner at second, so obviously they need to know what set of signs they're going to be going with here.
Colby Zamar's standing at second base, and Caleb Calvert at first. If you recall, Ryman led things off attempting to bunt. That pitch misses down and away for ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup.
You know, that's always an interesting one, especially if you have a lefty that's got a sidearm delivery. Not necessarily the
Throw
case
back
here.
to second will not be in time. DeMars in standing up. But a good spin move off the mound by Holbrook. Rather impressive. Usually lefties kind of struggle with that.
Yes.
The 1-0 pitch, and Ryman does lay down a bunt. It'll be barehanded by Miller, and not the throw not in time, and it did pull Salazar off the bag, and the bases are loaded once again for the Panthers as Ryman gets back-to-back singles, and as I mentioned, to lead that off, that's what he did in the first inning, was led off with a show's bunt.
Yep.
And
that first one got away from him down the foul
Yeah.
line, but that one's very effective. It was strong enough to make it past Dalton, but definitely shallow enough to really have to make Nathan Miller work, who barehanded made a great throw, great play, just not enough time there.
that will bring up Carson Sharp. He's 0 for 2. And he will take for a ball. Holbrook steps off, and he'll reset. He toes in. The 0-1 pitch misses for ball 2.
High would be my guess on that one.
The 2-0 delivery. A breaking ball misses low for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. That's a fastball down the middle for a strike. Raiders really needing to get out of this inning. The 3-1. That misses low. And it looks like a pretty good pitch, and much to the dismay of the crowd, and that will walk in another run.
There were several pitches in there that looked really good, but we're just close enough. Looks like we do have a pinch runner coming in, number 12, Colton McDaniel for Liberty Hill.
And Sharp is the catcher.
And he'll be replacing Sharp. Running for Sharp.
Base is loaded for Blaze Milam. Blaze Milam hit that Sharp single
down the right field line.
Down the right field line to put runners on the corners. And he'll take for a strike. He's 1 for 2. He struck out looking back in the first, and he singled in the third. This is his second at bat of the inning. This is lined down to third, and Miller will take it and step on the bag for the easy out, and that will do it as he gets the force on Ryman. That will go 5 unassisted to end the inning on the fielder's choice. But, my goodness.
6 runs.
They get 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, and they leave 2 on.
Yeah, and Blaze having the ability to be a hitter as well has helped to keep him a bit warm, but you got to look and see how is that going to affect him. I mean, again, a big inning, right? Great for Liberty Hill, but will it affect him on the mound as he's gotten cold? Well, he's been throwing for a while.
The tail of the tape will test the character and the mettle of this Rouse Raider team going forward in this inning. If you recall last year, the Raiders clawed back and won this game.
Yes.
Being down.
Correct. And I believe that was a 4-1 or 4-0 deficit.
Right. I got my books here somewhere. I could probably pull those out and tell you what that score was from last season in fairly quick order. But at any rate, I mean, they have bounced back before.
Yeah, and again,
Rouse typically has a big inning.
Yes.
Somewhere in the game.
Yeah, and it's only the 4th, right? We're at the top of 4. So we have 4 full innings. It's still a long game left and a lot of opportunity here to make amends for that. And, I'm just going to start out right here with Oscar Salazar.
Now, the Panthers batted 12 in that inning. That will bring up Oscar Salazar. Due up for the Raiders. Salazar, Nathan Miller, and Xander Forcell. Blaze Milam out on the mound to pitch the 4th. Salazar had an RBI, fielder's choice, back in the first. Yeah, I don't think anybody's chatting. Nobody's put anything in there.
Okay, I'm just making sure I had it up right.
Milam winds and deals. He'll deal a strike down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery, that's low for ball 1.
Yeah, and just like Landon Miller, Oscar's another one with a lot of power, as he showed in that.
Pitch misses low for ball 2.
In the tournament, we had the Leander ISD tournament where he went yard against Vista Ridge.
He'll foul that one off, and that will even the count.
And that was into a very brisk wind at that Vista Ridge field with the wind blowing in, and he was able to send that to left center, and we got the wind blowing out now to left.
The pitch misses low for ball 3, and Salazar works it full. Nathan Miller on deck. The payoff pitch, and Salazar hits this one, a monster shot foul. Had that had been in fair territory, that had been over the fence.
Yeah, that was
a moonshot.
Definitely the wrong direction there.
Right.
That's that.
And the payoff pitch. He catches him looking for strike 3 as he gets that outside corner for out number 1.
The one thing we cannot be looking for here is walks, right? We got to
Right.
get the bats active early, get into this game, and really
that he did. He took a couple hacks and
Yeah.
fouled him off.
get the momentum.
Nathan Miller will take for a strike. Miller 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. That one fouled away for strike 2. Raiders have gone in order the past 2 innings.
Yeah, Blaze being very effective and again getting ahead of, just as he has the previous 3 innings, he's getting ahead of the batters quick.
That one's fouled off and fouled off of Sharp's head.
It was glove. It just tipped off the glove.
I thought he hit the top of his mask.
He was so hoping he could have caught that. He was a little upset that he didn't react a bit quicker, but that would have been a bang bang had he been able to corral that one.
That pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nathan Miller. Oh, pitch. This is lifted high into shallow infield, and Vothover will make the catch, and that will do it.
Number 14, Xander Forsell.
2 away as Xander Forsell will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to right his first time up. Raiders, Milam having success of getting the Raiders to roll over on pitches and just hit these little pop-ups. And then he's doing good picking up these first pitch strikes.
First pitch strike every time. It's just so effective and so helpful to a pitcher to control the at-bat.
A 1-0 pitch. Or the 0-1 pitch.
Yeah, and then when they happen to go up 0-2, then they can, like I said before, really play around with the pitches and get guys to chase. Low and away. Ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike to Forsell. He'll call time. That pitch in for a strike. Even count at 2.
Deuce is wild.
Yeah, it is Deuce is wild.
Beat you to the punch.
You did. Of course, I do have to admit their scoreboard kind of throws me off a little bit. And Forsell turns on this one and hits it foul over off their nice covered batting cage.
Covered batting cages, yeah. Good stuff, huh?
Good covered batting cages.
Turf field.
We still don't have that.
Beautiful stands. Nice scoreboard. I mean,
no, that scoreboard's jank. That pitch down and away for ball 3, and the count goes full.
We have not had a game yet at home to be able to
see our new scoreboard.
Over our new scoreboard. So that
I'm ready to fawn. I'm ready to fawn all over the scoreboard.
That compared to what we had last year.
Oh well, it doesn't take much. Yeah, that don't take much. That pitch outside for ball 4, and Forsell draws the walk. And they'll probably send somebody in to run for him.
And that is immediately numero
uno. Hey,
Great
look at that.
Jinx,
right. You owe me a Coke. I don't
that would be Gayton.
Okay.
Right? Is that what I was?
That's what I was informed. We were pronouncing it wrong. Throw it to first. Not in time, but that was a good pickoff move by Milam. That was close. Andrew Sanchez on deck. Milam from the stretch, and he'll deal. This is lined back up the middle. He's been effective at that all night long of getting Raider batters to roll over on these pitches, and he's had several come back to him to play. And I'll tell you what,
fourth one that's actually been right back to him to be able to play, and 2 of those 1 inning. Diego Gayton was that courtesy runner.
And that'll do it for the Raiders. They get no runs on no hits. They leave one. And on to the fourth. Bottom we go. Raiders trailing 6-1 to Liberty Hill. We need some solid defense, some solid pitching, and some solid at-bats.
One thing that'll go a long way here will be a 1-2-3 inning or an uneventful inning for the Rouse defense, and get those bats back on, get towards the bottom of the lineup and see if they can't
Mr. Salazar.
get their bats rolling and get some answers here for that 6-run inning from Liberty Hill.
Well, Milam's actually looking as effective as he was his freshman year. You know, the past couple of years, he's kind of been a little bit off. He wasn't as effective. We were able to answer him, but his freshman year, he just wrecked shop on Raider batters. Back in, was it 20?
Yeah, and then played short to boot, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Actually, it's 21 is when he came up as a freshman.
Correct. Yeah, senior this year is 2024 graduate, so 21 would have been
20 season was the COVID shortened season.
Right, and 21 was the year of going
that we went to state right?
Semifinal.
Came out of the 4th seed out of District 25 5A. Actually, I think we weren't in District 25 5A that year. What were we? I'd have to go back and look at my books. Holbrook on the mound as he faces Jordan Andrews. Andrews is 1 for 1, and he's been hit by a pitch. He takes for ball 1.
Just a bit outside.
Swung on and missed on a nice little slider down and away.
Yeah, late break on that one. Really, really well. Bottom dropped out and off speed to boot.
The 1-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 2.
It's one thing I have seen here with this Liberty Hill squad is several lefties in the lineup for Liberty Hill Panthers, and unfortunately 0 for Rouse Raiders.
That pitch in for a strike, and, you know, most notably, we lost Colin Correjo and Caden Kaspar. They were our 2 lefties.
Yep.
Holbrook steps off and will reset.
As well as Mr. Harris. You cannot
get a fresh set of signs.
Forget about Twinkle Toes Harris.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mr. Harris. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Holbrook picks up his first punch out of the night for out number 1.
Yeah, and of course, Colin and Caden Kaspar are both being righties, but batting lefty.
Right, yeah.
And then Harris being
lefty,
lone lefty, and great effect, very effective on the mound too.
That pitch outside for ball 1. That pitch comes back in. It looked way out, then breaks back over the plate for strike 1, and that'll even things up.
So beautiful watching that from a lefty. Just really being able to bring that thing in.
He goes right back to it and gets the same pitch, same call.
Backdoor strike, you know, it looks like it's going to be outside the whole time, but it catches the back corner of the plate just enough to catch that strike call.
This is hit out to left, and that'll be a base hit for both.
Yeah, rocket
that's how
shot
you
there.
That's how you answer that, right? That'll bring up Andrew Basie. Basie is 1 for 2. He was caught looking back in the second and had a 2 RBI single in the third.
And again, another lefty. Honestly, I want to say over half of their batters are lefties. I have to see if I can.
No, we've had several hard-hitting lefties over the years. You look back at Dalton Porter. And that kid could smash it.
Absolutely crush a ball. Just different sounding off of his bat.
Dalton Porter, who went on to play for Texas and then transferred that pitch in for to Texas Tech and then to UTSA. And I'm not sure if he's still there or not. The 0-1 pitch coming up. He will show bunt and foul it off for strike 2.
Sander tried to play the ball off the hop, and it just went right below his hand. He's like, where'd it go? Where didn't he just get? He had to wave it off and let Dalton take it, or Holbrook take it. Quick little powwow there with Coach Creek is Basie is, and the sign goes over to the runner.
Snap throw to first. Floats a little high. Salazar fortunately plays it well.
Yeah, I think that was more of just a, hey, I know you're still over there and trying to keep them a little closer. Definitely was not a, of course, that could be bait too.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Basie. 2 away for Giancarlo Giletti. Giletti is 0 for 1 with a sac fly and a fly out to center. Actually, both hits went out to center, but one of them ended up being a sacrifice as a run scored. Throw to first. This could be trouble. And he's able to steal the base. Just a step behind.
Yeah, a little low, slow for the delivery, slow. I mean, it was a good throw from Holbrook. I think it was just a little bit delayed out of the glove of Oscar, hoping for the guys to get there to cover, whether that was Solis or Heinrich.
Giletti waiting for his first pitch, and it'll come in. And this is hit foul down the first baseline for strike 1. And that one just had a lot of backspin on it, which kept it up in the air and was going to allow Voth to actually score if it was to fall into fair territory.
And it would have squeaked all the way into that right-hand corner, which would have easily allowed.
Put some English on it, as you
Giletti
mentioned
to
earlier.
Get the second.
This one is hit foul.
Working both sides. He is just foul line to foul line,
Coach Creek really trying to sell that was a fair ball. He's like, I may be blind in one eye and can't see out of the other, but I could see that was a foul ball.
And he bets that this one's
2-strike count for Giletti. Holbrook from the stretch. Both will extend his lead a second, and Giletti will call time and step back out of the box. 1 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. The Panthers leading the Raiders 6-1 on a big 3rd inning by Liberty Hill. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away for strike 3, and that will do it as Holbrook strikes out all 3 batters, or not all 3, but strikes out all the outs, right? You got 3 strikeouts in that inning.
Yes, and again, just
1 hit given up.
Not quite what I was looking for in the 1, 2, 3, but effective nonetheless, as he's able to retire all without getting anybody.
Well, it's that slider that's working for him so well.
Oh, that backdoor slider, you love it. Absolutely love it, and Again, just a quick coaching moment here as I see Crimp. Always taking an opportunity to talk to these guys and just things that he notices, what makes him a very effective coach, and things that he sees, and just little tweaks. I mean, it's still early in the year, and a lot of these guys are seniors, that are out there, and they've been doing this for a long time, but, never hurts to just quick reminders of things that he notices.
Due up for the Raiders in the 5th. Andrew Sanchez, Jacob Solis, and Adrian Graves. That'll be your 7, 8, and 9 batters. Blaze Milam back out on the mound to pitch the 5th, as he should have plenty still left in the tank, as he is only at 47 pitches through 4 innings, Jonathan. Sanchez will dig in. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up, and he'll take for ball 1. This is fouled away. And that will leave it up. So Lee's really helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I got water. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Milam winds and deals. This one is hit over to second. And let me move over 3 steps, and I'll pick that up. Basie says we're out number 1.
Yeah.
That'll be line to second.
Looked great off the bat, but unfortunately just a little bloop right to Basie, who didn't have to move much.
It's what they talk about. We've said this several times, is he just creates that backspin that just leaves the floaters, right? And they're easy to make plays on. Fastball in for a strike to Solis. Solis is 0 for 1. He lined back to Milam.
Getting ahead of the batter again.
Back in the second. That pitch in the turf. I got to say that, or Jonathan will correct me. Well, it's not actually dirt.
It's the purple.
It's purple dirt. It's purple carpet.
Oh,
wow. That was just a bit outside. That was a generous call.
I mean, they had some good late movement. It finished for sure outside, but could have definitely caught some of the plates.
1-2 the count to Solis. Milam winds and deals. That's outside.
We'll give Kevin the benefit of the doubt, right? That was close enough to, we don't want to start yelling at him yet. I'm sure we'll have him 7 more times this year. Ooh, no.
Pitch catches him looking for strike 3. This is not the way the Raiders hoped it would work out. As Milam is, after that first inning, he has settled in. He's only allowed 5 batters in 1 inning, 4 in another, and the others 3. That pitch, wow, he is getting generous with that.
Definitely starting to stretch that out a little bit, and I'd like to be right behind home plate to see, but.
Now let's come over to that left batter box line.
That is a strike.
And this is the kind of stuff that will frustrate a coach. And you can kind of see Coach Crimp is not looking happy, and he's caught again. That was definitely a strike down the middle to Adrian Graves, as he's caught looking. And
oh, you wanted them both? Oh, that's my tip. Donated to the program.
The Mike Alipa catering service. What's that? Oh, Jake was sitting up there. I saw him a while ago.
He didn't want you.
He didn't want to get corralled into getting on the mic.
He didn't want me to say anything. Well, I already mentioned that he was here. I saw him. How's his lawn mowing business going? Is he? Good.
It just pretty much started back up.
Right.
Yeah, dormant season. I'm sure you can find plenty of those places that have the Bermuda rolling year round.
Well, it's in Leander. We
Maybe
can't
once
even
to-
water, but thank goodness we've
Yeah,
had some
tell me
rain.
about it. Well, 3/4 of an inch. It's
Uh,
it teased my yard a little bit. That's about all we got. It was definitely promising for a while there that we were going to get a lot.
Other areas got. I mean, my son lives out in Hutto, and they got a deluge out there.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, we did it in my yard at work. We got water all over the place, standing
Yeah.
water. I brought my pole, see if I could catch a fish. With all the water we have in my yard.
Got your stand-up paddleboard.
Getting a little cardio in.
Dalton Holbrook still on the mound for the Raiders, due up for the Panthers. DeMars, Calvert, and Ryman. DeMars has a walk and a single. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, he wanted to send that one deep. He had a big cut on that ball. Came up empty, but you could feel the wind from over here.
That pitch misses low for a ball, and then leaving it up.
Really good pitch.
Holbrook comes set. He's pitching from the stretch. That's fouled away for strike 2.
Caleb Calvert.
Orcell gives a sign, and that pitch will go to the backstop.
Calvert staying busy over here.
Calvert's on deck fielding percentage is really high right now. He had a perfect 1,000 in this game with 2 chances so far. 3 chances.
3.
Holbrook deals. Cut on and miss for strike 3, and that will do it for DeMars, who's retired for the first time tonight.
Just enough off speed on that pitch to allow DeMars to be well ahead of that and come up empty. As he looks back, it's like, yeah, that was a strike. It was a good one to swing on. Unfortunately, just at the wrong.
That is Holbrook's 4th punch out. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Calvert. Calvert, the shortstop for the Panthers. He will show bunt and lay off. That pitch will miss low. For ball 1, that'll even it up.
Yeah, very sort of an undecided offering at that bunt.
He tried to work that back door in that time, that back door slider, and
Yeah.
he was able to get a piece of it and
Just
foul it
enough
away.
to spoil it.
And that'll take the count 1 and 2. Neither one of them. We've been standing here the whole time. You hadn't even pulled out your stool yet. You got it underneath you. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that's punch out number 5 for Dalton Holbrook.
And that time he went straight at him with the fastball. Not something we've really seen much from Holbrook, but was very effective there. And it's always a cat and mouse game, right? Are you going to think I'm doing the back door? You think I'm throwing the off speed, and I'm going to come at you with a strike right down the pipe?
Toby Ryman will come up. He's 2 for 2. He will take for a ball.
Nathan already crashing onto the edge of the brown to green turf line as getting ready for the possible bunt again.
Holman deals. He gets the strike on that one on the outside corner as Ryman takes all the way. I don't know if all left-handed batters are this way. That pitch in for strike 2, and Holbrook looking solid. It's tough when you come into an inning that you're picking up another pitcher's mess and you're having to clean up, and you have that level of stress that's on you. Nope, that'll
That
get
was
him
off the end of the
on the
bat.
hands.
That was the bat, yeah.
That was the
No,
bat.
no, that was the bat. That was why he did not immediately call time and allow him
Right.
first base. So that ball actually came off the end of the bat as he ducked out of the way and landed fair. As Kevin immediately was watching for the ball, waiting to see what was going to happen. The runner didn't take off until he realized,
That's a foul. 1-2 the count. Holbrook comes set. The 1-2 pitch. That is fouled away and spoiled a good pitch.
yeah, just a quick cut at that, little stab at that one. And easily could have been rung up on that.
One-two pitch. That's in on the hands and fouled away. And Ryman doing a good job and real solid in that number 9 hole tonight.
And really late. Slap batter, right? Which is can be very effective, and defense sets at ease as that ball travels so deep into the pocket.
The 1-2 pitch. This is popped up and will go foul and it will not be playable. At any rate, no matter how this at bat turns out, it'd be quality at bat.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. He's spoiling great pitch after great pitch, and that's the one thing is you keep doing that and having the ability to do that, he's going to make a mistake at some point, or at least you're assuming so as a batter, and you're just giving yourself that many more opportunities.
Holbrook has the sign. And he will come with that pitch. And this is hit back up the middle off his foot. This will be played by Solis. Throw to first, not in time. And he's making really great throws, but he's so deep in the hole, his arm just looks like he doesn't quite have enough strength to just really zip it across the diamond.
Well, and again, slow roller there. These are not crisply hit balls that he's trying to play on. And that was one that he had to actually run quite a ways over, and it almost got tangled up in Holbrook's legs as it was right up the middle.
And that's true too. It did hit off his legs, so it took enough off of it.
Yep.
But even at that, he's still really struggling to get the ball to first.
Right, making that transition.
Ryman takes off to second, and he will pick up a stolen base.
Great pop throw from Xander Forcell and was right on the money, but a great break from Ryman, and obviously showing why he's their center fielder with a lot of wheels, a lot of speed on that base path. And he just zero hesitation to break for second.
Carson Sharp will dig in. This will be his 4th time up. A swing and a miss for strike 1. He is grounded to short, popped up to second. He has walked. And he will take another strike.
Again, right back to the back door breaking pitch for Holbrook, and very effective. And even if that draws a swing, it's going to be a foul or just a low dribbler up the line.
A pitch from Holbrook. Check swing. He's able to lay off.
Oh, unfortunately, we do not have the luxury of a ump down the baseline first base, because that possibly could have gone a different way. But nonetheless, they did say he did not go around.
2-2. Deuce is wild. And Ryman gets almost caught in a pickle, but he was able to get back to second.
And Rayner immediately going over to Holbrook. Don't take the throw so quick. Run towards. That is a situation as a pitcher. You want to see him running directly at that base path runner, and you're committing him to make a decision. I've either got to go back or I've got to continue on the path, but you're cutting that
The 2-2. This is lined back up the middle. Solis has it. The throw to first. This time will be in time, and that will do it for the Panthers in the fifth. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one. I'm going to go 6-3 on the putout of Carson Sharp to end the fifth for the Panthers. After 5 complete, it's 6-1 Liberty Hill. Due up for the Raiders. Back to the top of the order. Heinrich, Miller, and Salazar.
Yeah, and they haven't really allowed anything more. You know, they've had 2 runners get to second and nothing past that. So they've done very good to hold to 6. But on the same turn, they need to really liven up the bats because we are now down to 6 outs. You know, that they have to climb back into this game. And we know that they're capable of doing it. I'm not even going to say they're streaky hitters. They're just hitters.
Right.
In general, this crew is, and, you know, we know they are capable of doing it. They just need to get out there and I would also want to see.
Well, I mean, in baseball, you know, you're not going to be sharp every single time that you come out, and it's baseball is a game of failures, right? And so these guys, they bounce back from being down. You know, all it takes is somebody to ignite the fire, right?
No doubt.
And get it going, and these guys can turn it around. But even if they weren't able to turn it around tonight, they can bounce back again
On Friday. And
on
hey,
Friday, right?
This isn't it. It's one game.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have that opportunity to come right back. No doubt.
You know, you take that one ugly inning away from the Raiders, and this has been a pretty good matchup between these two programs, right?
You know,
So
and we alluded to that early. You know, at the
we've walked in what 3 of these runs?
Yes.
Right now.
Yes. Yes. You know, and then we do get, and Blaze is only sitting at 59 pitches. So he's been very, very effective.
Yeah, through 5 innings, and we're into the 6th. Top of the 6th for Nerner Heinrich, and he will take for a strike.
Hey, and what do you know? He gets ahead of the batter once again.
And he will hit this one down the third baseline. It is played by Tankersley, and that's it for Rainer Heinrich on 2 pitches. That'll go 5-3. And on the putout of Heinrich. That will bring up Landon Miller with Oscar Salazar on deck.
And again, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, we'd love to see.
Milam deals. This one's fouled off for strike 1.
Rolling over it.
But she's managed to keep Raider hitters off balance all night. That's what he was able to effectively do his freshman season. And Miller will hit this one out deep to center field, and this will one hop to the wall, and Miller will have a stand-up double. That is his second double of the game.
He's able to get a little smile from Coach Crimp there was Landon as he's looking over at him going, yeah, you know. Great to see Crimp even in this situation being able to smile and enjoy the game. And that got out there in an absolute hurry. 370 to dead center, and
that just one hopped the wall.
And
so
one hop never got higher than the center field fence. I mean, it just was a BB.
First pitch to Salazar misses low and away for ball 1. Salazar is hit into an RBI fielder's choice and was caught looking. Those were his only 2 times at the plate. That first pitch or second pitch, that's in for a strike, and then we'll even it up. The 1-1 pitch, Milam, this breaking ball cut on and missed as he brought that one inside, about let her high.
He did, and that's something that we haven't seen a lot of. He's, again, sort of living on that outer half, and relying on that breaking pitch to again draw weak grounders.
That pitch outside for ball 2, and that will leaving it up.
But when he does go outside, I'd like to see somebody keep their hands in and really drive that ball opposite field and let these runners go.
The 2-2 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 3. Now Salazar works it full. Nathan Miller on deck. Milam comes set, and Salazar will call time.
Yeah, good job there. Again, just you control the at-bat as a hitter. If you're not comfortable, ask for that timeout.
That's ball 4. And Salazar will draw the walk. And that'll put 2 aboard for Nathan Miller. Nathan Miller's another one of these kids. He can turn on it and he can really crank the ball out.
I was going to say, you definitely hit on that one. As I was going to say, is he can turn on it. I mean, there's a lot of room down that left field line, as Jordan Andrews is playing more to left center than he is to left.
Milam deals. This is, again, fouled off turf. And, it was one of the first ones that he hit where he hit it down into the turf and it bounced up and just took the spin off of it. And Milam able to easily play it
no
and
doubt.
get the out at first.
No doubt. Would love to see him barrel up one here and again, just turn on it.
Xander Forcell on deck. And this time, Miller will give it a poke over to second. The throw to first will be in time, but it'll move the runners to second and third, respectively. So that's as good as a bunt.
Yeah,
so
but
it's
again,
into a fielder's choice, and that will go 2-3. Or, 4-3.
And Andrew Basie electing not to even worry about trying to get the double play there, and that's sort of what a 5-run lead will do for you, is just take the out.
Forcell will hit this one out to center field, and Ryman didn't even have to move.
Zero movement. Literally.
He just stood there.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think
hit it to me.
He fumbled his feet a little bit just so he could move.
F8.
But very well hit. Unfortunately, it's right at it.
Raiders get no runs on one hit. They leave 2. And after 5.5, it's 6-1. Liberty Hill. Due up for the Panthers in the 6th. Milam, Andrews, and both.
And as of right now, I am seeing. We do have a change in right field. Connor Thompson is not going out, and number 21 did come in, which would be Mr. Payne. And if you bear with me, I will get a first name to go. Bear with me, folks. Unfortunately, I have not learned everybody as of yet. And that will be Rylan Payne. Did get to see a little bit of him during the tournament.
A to Z put him on the game day today on their little banner they send out.
So Rylan is in right field for Connor.
No, I don't think any change has been made to left. I
don't know if that's Adrian Graves still or not.
No, it's number 4.
Is it? It is a different number. And that would be Dawson Snow. Yes, sir. Dawson Snow coming in to relieve Adrian Graves. And that's one thing that, again, we did see during the tournament, a couple games that we did work, is you're going to see a lot of changes in the outfield. I think the only staple we will see is Landon Miller in center.
So Dawson Snow, last year's courtesy running specialist.
And did have several opportunities in the outfield.
Blaze Milam will come to the plate as he faces Dalton Holbrook. This is cut on and popped off the turf and played by Rainer Heinrich, and that will do it for Milam. That will go 4-3.
Really
one
big
hit,
bounce
one
on that
out.
one. Really high bounce, and all Rainer could do is just wait
for it to get there.
Quick transition, don't drop the ball, right?
And if Milam was faster, he probably could have beat that out. If he had Ryman's speed, he would have beat it out.
No doubt. I think before the ball even got to the glove of Heinrich, he would have been able to beat that out.
Or Calvert's speed. Calvert, another quick one that's short. That pitch in for a strike to Jordan Andrews. Jordan Andrews has singled. He's been hit by a pitch. He's struck out and is with his fourth opportunity at the plate. And he'll take for another strike.
Holbrook being very effective here. Again, just quick and give your offense another opportunity.
Holbrook takes a long look in. Forsell sets up on the outside of the plate and throw to first will not be in time. And Oscar doing a great job to leg it out as Payne plays it well, but Andrews gets a good turn on it and will pick up the single.
Yeah, when you have an opportunity like that as a right fielder, I mean, you take that advantage of it. I mean, that was a very hard hit ball to Ryland, and he knew exactly what to do. One hop and gun it to first and see if you get an opportunity to catch a base runner, not really hustling up the line.
Right.
And
Number one, Pearson Lowry.
Both will come to the plate. He is 2 for 3. I say that he's 1 for 2 with a walk. Throw to first will not be in time.
yeah, 1 for 2.
The first pitch offering is outside, and he'll take.
Yeah.
This is lined out to center. This will be a base hit, and the Panthers have 2 aboard with back-to-back singles.
Yeah, I mean, great piece of hitting. These guys are really not letting much get past them and taking advantage of anything that's left over the middle.
That'll bring up Andrew Basie. Basie is struck out looking. He's singled, 2 RBI single, and has struck out swinging. He's 1 for 3. Holbrook deals a swing foul tip for strike 1. That pitch almost gets him inside for ball 1. Giancarlo Galletti on deck. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Basie. 2 on with 1 out here in the top or bottom of the 6th. That backdoor slider just couldn't quite sell it right there.
I think a little harder to sell against that lefty batter than it is on the righties.
Holbrook takes a look back at Andrews at second. That pitch down and away for ball 3, and Basie works it full. Payoff pitch from Holbrook. That is
Come on.
hit into fair territory. Should have been a routine put out, but that'll be a rare E2.
Yeah, just ready to make the throw before actually corralling that ball. And Sander going over thinking that Coach Creek was
like
coming in to
maybe going to make a
yep.
Either a pinch hit or courtesy run. Number 12 will be coming to the plate. Looks like hitting for Galletti.
And 12 is Colton McDaniel, who was one of the courtesy runners earlier. Number 12, Colton McDaniel. And again, I think that's just bringing in the righty, not having another lefty on lefty matchup.
A swing and a miss for strike 1.
Knowing that Galletti just barely missed one to right and one to left in his last at bat, and both were hit very well. So you got to figure it's that lefty on lefty he's trying to avoid.
Pitch outside for ball 1.
And they're literally one ground ball away from getting out of this inning, even with bases loaded, as a double play would be.
On the tag, he's out as they tried to run a squeeze bunt.
2 outs. That's only 2 outs.
All right. Heads up play by Oscar Salazar.
Oscar Salazar that's actually paying attention, and both the.
That's Jordan Andrews that was caught stealing home, right? Route number 2.
And we do have a strike call on that pitch, so that does bring the count to 1-2.
1 or 2-2 now.
2-2, yeah, with that pitch unfortunately staying off the plate.
Holbrook comes set. He'll deal. That's outside for ball 3. Interesting play that Coach Creek sent Andrews. Was he just hoping to catch her sleeping or what? Or maybe the batter missed a sign.
That's definitely a possibility as well.
Because it. And he'll draw the walk, much to the dismay of the Raiders, pointing out to the umpire that he's been calling that a strike all day. That'll bring up Colby DeMars, and bases are loaded once more. DeMars is struck out, singled, and walked. That pitch misses low for ball 1.
And as always, a lot of coaching from the stands.
Yeah, you got a lot of
both
parents.
Sides, and
you got a lot of parents in the stand that coach their kids
many years
for many years, and much to the angst of high school coaches. That one's fat lifted foul, and that'll even things up at 1.
It's always hard to control yourself and know you're there for support. I've definitely been.
And this one is hit into center. This will score 1 and 2 runs.
And again,
That'll
one
be a-
more solid, really hard hit ball. I mean, these guys have
A
just
double for Colby DeMars. Runners at first and second. Or actually just a single for him. I was looking at
single.
Calvert, so it's just a single. But a 2 RBI single. And the Panthers have extended their lead 8-1. Caleb Calvert stands in, and he will hit this one into right field, and this is going to score another run. No, it won't. He's out. As Colton McDaniel was thrown out at the plate
by Ryland. Really good, solid
and that
throw.
went 9-2 on the putout. But that did score. No, it didn't score another run.
No, did not.
All right, did not. So,
yeah, Ryland Payne did a really good job of, again, just keeping his momentum moving towards home plate, playing that one hop and just letting it fly and right on the mark.
So Calvert hits into a fielder's choice in that, but they were able to put 2 runs on the board with 3 hits. And they stranded 1.
Just making sure we don't have any defensive changes on the Liberty Hills part, which I wouldn't expect so.
Yeah, they probably brought Giancarlo. No, Galletti was the designated hitter, so he wasn't.
Okay. And he was batting for number 5, the third baseman.
The third baseman, yeah. Due up for the Raiders, Thompson, Sanchez, and Solis. Actually, we have we have Ryland
Payne. You know, one of the really cool things is the defensive player that makes the third out of the inning, which was extremely solid and a great play, gets to come in and lead off the next at bat and continues the momentum shift here as he gets a hit. So let's see if that can come true and get some base runners.
So Payne takes for a ball. That pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, I want to say that's probably one of the first pitch balls that Blaze has had all night.
And Payne will line this one to second. That'll be played by Basie, and that will do it for Payne. That will go 4-3.
And 16. Now.
Hosfurter. Yeah, look him up on Game Changer. When we got it wrong last time, he's down on the bottom.
Yes.
So let's get that name right.
It is Hosfurter.
Swing and a miss for a strike.
And it is Jaden
Hosfurter.
Jaden Hosfurter.
And he'll take for a strike. Nothing in 2, the count to Hosfurter. That pitch, side corner. Wow, that was generous. He wouldn't call that when Holbrook threw it a while ago, but
no, it's
and Hosfurter will strike out looking, and the Raiders are down to their final out. And that will bring up Jacob Solis. Solis is 0 for 2. He will hit this one out to right field, and that'll drop for a base hit. Kind of like a Texas leaguer for him.
And here's Dawson Snow now in.
Dawson Snow will get his first opportunity to bat tonight as he came in to play left in the bottom of the 6th. He will take for a ball.
That was the 80th pitch.
So he was a courtesy running specialist for us last year. And then you remember Sam Walsh. This is popped up and playable, and both over to make the catch, and that will do it. And that's the ball game as Liberty Hill picks up the win, 8-1 over the Rouse Raiders. It's a complete game win for Blaze Milam.
And that was his 81st pitch, so it was a very efficient game for Blaze Milam.
And that will do it. Not one of the Raiders' more spectacular games this season, as they just had the one bad inning that just cost them dearly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And they just couldn't recover from it. Blaze Milam kept batters off balance. They were rolling on top of pitches. A lot of backspin on them that kept them up in the air, made them easy fly ball outs.
And nothing hard hit.
Yeah, nothing hard hit.
From Landon Miller had the one real stroke, and Xander Forcell, for that matter, in the last inning had a great hit.
Right.
Fortunately, it's right at
Ryman, right?
You know, he did not have to move at all. And
no, he just sat there,
yeah,
held his glove up.
That's just one of those, your little snake bit there, and you know, and what do you do from here is, again, you accept that loss.
Yeah, well, you got
to put it build off of
right?
Build off of it, and understand that you don't want that happening again. You don't want to feel like that. You know, this is one, roadblock. Is all it is. You know, you get past it, you move on, and you become better from it. And that's all we can hope for.
That's all we can, and they will. They're a resilient group of young men. And they've had a lot of adversity in the sense of injuries this year, right? So they're missing some key players that will help if they can make it back before the end of the season.
Yes.
Or even coming into the playoffs. It's like I was talking with Oscar Salazar before the game, and I was asking him about Trey Schluter and when he might be coming back. And if he's going to make it back by a certain point, will he be available for the playoffs? Much like Colby Diaz didn't pitch.
Correct.
That 21 season, right, until the Dripping Springs game.
Until the game where he was the game within the game, the double game, as it was a 14-inning nail biter.
14-inning nail biter, and Keegan Solomon
the walk
with a key hit that I thought was going over the fence that hit off the fence.
I still remember the interview afterwards, and man, what did you think? When you hit that, he goes, honestly, I thought it was gone.
Yeah, well, I was fooled by it too.
We all did.
I was fooled by it too, but the thing was, it drew in it brought in the winning run, and Dripping Springs ended their season right there, and so we beat a very good Dripping Springs team. And we beat a very good Gregory Portland team. Yeah. Oscar Salazar in the matchup with Malachi Lott in that game down in San Antonio
was
at the Northeast
game
Sports
2
Complex.
That was going to make way, Kid Hill having gone game 1 and winning, and then we were going to have Norris, there for game 3, and Coach was perfectly fine with that. And he said, okay, let's see what Oscar, that freshman, has. And he did not disappoint.
And played lights out. And one of the reasons why he made first-team All-State his freshman year.
Correct, and I'm sure that we will be seeing Oscar tomorrow night. Friday night.
Friday night,
It's
so,
not back-to-back games. We're back to the normal Tuesday, Friday schedule, everybody.
Right, and so they're all evening games from here on out, with the exception of 3 non-district contests that are scattered throughout the season. We'll be playing Hutto, Lake Belton, and I'm drawing a blank on the other, but they'll be Saturday games, midday games.
Yeah, we do have Hutto, Lake Belton, and
Yeah, there's three.
Eastview.
No, conference. Yeah,
Eastview Patriot.
Eastview Patriots.
Previous district rival within our district.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
we
was
lost
Eastview.
Georgetown and Eastview, in the and Marble Falls in the last realignment.
Correct.
But next year's realignment, nothing changes. We're facing the same. We're
Right.
in the same district with the same teams.
It's
so
just the football
side that will change. So
correct.
But anyways, a bounce back. Unfortunate loss. Took one on the chin tonight. Unfortunately for Gavin Silva, not his best outing. He started off really well, and then that third inning, just the wheels kind of fell off, and just things went downhill from there. Dalton Holbrook comes in, does a journeyman job, picks up some strikeouts, and has a solid performance. Shows you got a guy who can pitch middle relief and give you a few innings.
I mean, he actually went longer than Gavin did in this game. And, one thing that we talked about and hit on is Gavin, this is his first non-really good game
for all season for the year.
He did really well from minute 1 out in the Laredo tournament. He had a great outing. And again, he had allowed only 1 hit through his last 3 starts.
Right, yeah.
Coming in, and that was Lockhart as well as the Leander ISD tournament, had a the Comal tournament. He was a no-hitter.
Right.
He threw a no-hitter, but then had relief, keeping the pitch count down in the LISD tournament. And then Leander only allowed one hit, in the game that he started there in the 6-1 win that they had. So, a lot of positives to look forward to for this year, but we will have to see how does Gavin respond to this? How does Gavin? He's a senior now.
Right.
So they're going to look at him, and he's going to know that he can fall back on how well he has done besides this one bad inning. And it's just literally that one bad inning, as you alluded to.
Yeah. So bounce back, and we'll do it again on Friday night. So be with us on Friday night, folks, as we will face Liberty Hill at our house on Friday night at 7 o'clock.
Whose house?
Rouse house.
There you go.
There you go. We should be on the air by 6:50 at the latest. Hopefully we're getting all our bugs worked out. We had a small little glitch. Our streaming software tonight kind of glitched on us when we first started up, and
we were ready to pull the trigger early and
the camera and you get things underway. But anyway, that's the wonderful modern technological age that we live in, that sometimes it just lets you down. But at any rate, for Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and spending your Tuesday evening with us and Rouse Raider Baseball. Good night, everybody.